I'm going to preview the Baylor at Kansas State Winds volleyball game, which will be played on November 13th at 6:30 p.m. Central Time on ESPN Plus. There will be live stats as well. And Baylor's coming off a 3-0 win against UCF. So Baylor's now won 7 straight matches to be 17-6 overall and 9-3 in the Big 12. And I'm previewing this ahead of time just to get this out of the way. As soon as the rankings come out, I put Baylor in the rankings. We'll see about where Baylor is, but I expect definitely top 17. It's more like, are they like top 16 or top 15? It all depends about other results in the country. So we're going to just wait and see about that. And Kansas State's coming off a 3-1 loss to Arizona State at Arizona State. So Kansas State is 9-12 overall, but they're 7-5 in conference. So they're better in conference play than anything else. And I will put the stats in the description below for Kansas State, as well as the roster. And I apologize for looking down, because I cannot memorize all this stuff. And I do not know the injury stats for Baylor or Kansas State at all in this preview. So just keep that in mind. So what is the first player to keep an eye on for Kansas State? It's Liz Gregorski, Gregorski, number 1. A 5'11" practically every position except middle blocker. I mean, outside hitter, defense specialist, libero, as a grad senior. Come on. You don't see many players do all those 3 positions. 147 kills on 411 attempts with 55 attacking errors, 14 assists, 18 service aces, 15 service errors, 15 receiving errors, 144 digs, 21 blocks, 1 of those is solo and 1 blocking error. The next player to keep an eye on is Aaliyah Carter, and that's obvious because she is the leading person in kills. I mean, it's just telling the truth. Number 2, a 5'10" outside hitter that is a grad senior. 358 kills on 1,038 attempts with 179 attacking errors. All those the most. 11 assists, 10 service aces, 21 service errors, 21 receiving errors, 35 blocks, 7 of those solo and 3 blocking errors and 1 ball handling error. And I'm only going to mention Molly Ramsey in case she does play, which she's only played 32 sets this year, but still. That's a 5'4" defensive specialist, libero. That is a senior. No kills on 2 attempts with 4 assists, 4 service aces, 5 service errors, 1 receiving error, 46 digs, and that's it. Okay, I want to just go over like Anaya Clinton. She's played like 59 sets this year, but still. Number 5, a 6'2" outside hitter as a redshirt sophomore. 101 kills on 321 attempts, 66 attacking errors though. 5 assists, no service aces, 2 service errors, 2 receiving errors, 39 digs, 21 blocks, 4 of those solo, 2 blocking errors. And obviously it's Simone Sims, number 7, is the next player to keep an eye on. A 5'5" defensive specialist, libero, that is a sophomore. 1 kill on 3 attempts, 26 assists, 16 service aces, which is second most on the team, by the way. 27 service errors, which ties for the most on the team. 9 receiving errors, 221 digs, and that's it. And I'm going to go ahead and mention Ava LeGrand just in case she plays on. I know she's only played 42 sets this year, but still. 5'10" setter as a junior. 4 kills on 11 attempts with 1 attacking error, 113 assists, 4 service aces, 10 service errors, 81 digs. That's it. But Meg Brown, yeah, is number 12 is the next player to keep an eye on after that. A 6'3" opposite / middle blocker that is a senior. 199 kills on 472 attempts with 92 attacking errors, 9 assists, 3 service aces, 17 service errors, 51 digs, 65 blocks, 15 of those solo, 14 blocking errors. And there's Shaylee Myers, number 14. A 6 foot opposite slash outside hitter that is a junior. 139 kills on 413 attempts with 66 attacking errors, 1 assist, 2 service aces, 2 service errors, 5 receiving errors, 42 digs, 21 blocks. None of those are solo, and that's it. Then it's Izzy Shulzewski. SZULZEWSKI. I apologize if I butchered that. A 5'7" setter that is a senior, number 15. 52 kills on 156 attempts with 20 attacking errors, 803 assists, 11 service aces, 27 service errors, 204 digs, 37 blocks, 4 of those solo, 2 blocking errors. Elo Larkin, number 16. A 5'10" defensive specialist, Barrow, that is a senior. One kill on 10 attempts, 80 assists, 15 service aces, 19 service errors, 16 receiving errors, 382 digs, which is the most on the team, and that's it. Then is Brenna Schmidt, number 18. 6'6" middle blocker, that is a junior. 94 kills on 224 attempts with 23 attacking errors, 2 assists, 1 receiving error, 20 digs, 85 blocks, 12 of those solo, and 2 blocking errors. And might as well just mention one more player just because she's played like 30 success this year, is Jordan Williams, number 21. A 6'2" middle blocker that is a redshirt junior. 49 kills on 113 attempts with 15 attacking errors, 7 assists, 5 service aces, 7 service errors, 1 receiving error, 33 digs, 35 blocks, 5 of those solo, and that's it. Obviously, what you did right last match, bring it into this match. Honestly, what you did wrong last match, you got to correct for this match. You need to take away the crowd out of the game as much as possible. I mean, that's just telling the truth. You can't be intimidated by the crowd either. There might be questionable calls at times, but you got to be a more mentally tougher team and move on and make winning plays. And come out with energy from the start and get them out of system as much as possible. Of course, they're going to try to do the same thing to you, but you got to serve tough and try to make it tough enough that they might have to just be out of system and potentially overpass or free ball to you. I'm just saying that right now. And obviously you want to limit your overpasses and free balls, but if nothing else, you got to play solid defense, which you did against UCF at times in the match. And win those long rallies, because it does make a difference in the match, even if it's like ranked versus unranked. It still makes a big difference in the match overall, especially in tight sets. Obviously, if you're trailing in a set, you got to be resilient and come back. And you've done that in the past, so just stay resilient. And obviously, if you have a lead in a set, you got to protect them as much as possible, and if not, extend. So I'm just saying that, just to tell the truth, and you got to win the jousting as well. In those situations, you want to limit your attacking errors. If they do those attacking errors, it's on them. Same thing goes for service errors and the league of back row attacks and net violations and foot faults. Obviously, you don't want any of that as much as possible, if any, on the foot faults and rotation errors. So, I'm just telling the truth about it. And another thing, shut down the best players as much as possible. I mean, it's just telling the truth. And if you could tell where they're going to go, shut them down offensively. And if you could key in on like some players. And you got to have more blocks than the opponent, more digs than the opponent, more kills than the opponent. And hopefully service aces as well. You got to be smart on judgment on that. On the serves, if they're going to be in or out. I know that's a definite. And another thing I want to say, you got to have variety on offense, unless you want to ride the hot hand, which I totally get that. But this way it makes it so unpredictable. I mean, it's just telling the truth. I mean, look, it makes it harder for the defense to go, oh, they're going to go here. Oh, they're going to go there. They don't have a clue. Of course, you don't want to hit like the ball hitting an antenna if you're touching it. I mean, it's just telling the truth, and you want to force overpasses as much as possible for the other team, and same thing goes for free balls. But when you get those, you got to take advantage as much as possible. And I don't want to overemphasize this match by any stretch of the imagination, but you really need to come out swinging and don't let them get any confidence. Because seriously, you're better than them, both in record, ranking, and in conference. Not just overall record, but the conference record. I'm just telling the truth about that, and you cannot deny that. And another thing, win the first set. Baylor's undefeated whenever they take the first set. It's just telling the truth. And yeah, I know they come back from matches before when they don't have the first set, like they're 2-6 on those. But I don't want to press that luck. And if you have a 1-0 lead, try to make it 2-0. If nothing else, try to make it 2-1, and then finish them in 4. And if you can't sweep them, sweep them. I'm just telling the truth. And I expect them to play with no pressure on them whatsoever. I mean, look, we're the better team, like I said. Overall, I mean, it's just telling the truth and all this. And another thing to keep in mind, folks, Baylor's on the fringe of being a top 16 seed. They need to avoid losses like to this team. I'm sorry. That's a losing record. That's a team that's not going to even make the NCAA tournament. There's no conference tournament. There's no way. I mean, I'm just telling the truth. Because the RPI is just not that good. And I know I'm doing this ahead of time, but the RPI, like, another thing too, you got to take destiny in your own hands. Because you cannot rely on other teams losing so much just to say, hey, we're a top 16 seed. You got to win out as much as possible. And I get this is on the road, and you have had some road struggles, some. I mean, they're 3-3. So, but really the home losses are like the Texas, SMU, and those two teams are really good, and Wisconsin as well. Those are top 10 teams. The only questionable home loss was SMU, but now they're a top 10 team. And I know for a fact that those 3 road losses are not really bad road losses by any stretch of the imagination. Because it's TCU, Utah, and BYU. Granted, if we win one of those, we would be better in conference position. And you could very well finish as high as second in a conference if you could just win out. And let's not try to pull a Kansas. What am I talking about exactly? Kansas lost to Arizona, who had 2 conference wins at the time. And they lost them in 3-2. And if you got to go to a 5th set, come out with the lead, come out with vengeance, and stay focused, point to point, and make adjustments on the fly, not just from set 1 to set 2, from set to set, but during the sets. So I'm just want to make an emphasis about that as well. We'll have to wait and see about the ranking when the rankings come out, and I'll release it as soon as possible. So anyways, if you like this content, hit the like and subscribe button. I'll see you guys later on the road to 7 subscribers. Of course, ultimate goal is 1,000 more. Some of my money out there, of course, like a video, comment video, really helps YouTube algorithm. So more people see it. Sharing the video does help as well, so more people can watch. And if you're watching and you're not subscribed, hit subscribe button. It's free notification bell as well. And yeah, the Baylor's overall record is 17-6 and 9-3 in the Big 12. If I haven't gone over that already. And let's not try to give them any confidence during each set. I mean, you gotta take away the crowd, because that does make a difference in these matches. I'm just telling the truth. And let's avoid bad losses. And this would be a bad loss when I see one. It's just the fact. And I know they're 7-5 in conference, but you shouldn't lose to them. They have a losing record, a worse RPI than you. You need to win these type of matches going forward. I mean, seriously, I know this is based on November 3rd. And everything. But I'm just trying to figure it out. But yeah, they have a, like, as of like November, games through November 3rd, like 108 in RPI. Yeah, you need to avoid those type of losses. And let's go to work, and let's not be intimidated by the other team, and show them, hey, we're not playing around with you. We're going to take control and show you who's boss. That's all I got to say. Let's give it our best shot. Let's go.